battle, this is getting tough, between Republicans and the Justice Department over the Russia probe rapidly intensifying as GOP lawmakers file articles of impeachment against Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein. Spearheading the effort, Congressman Mark Meadows and Jim Jordan, who says this is long overdue.
We're tired of the Justice Department giving us the finger and not giving us the information we're entitled to do our constitutional duty. More importantly, the American people are sick of it.
Well, joining us now to break this all down is criminal defense attorney and former prosecutor David Bruno. David, good morning.
Good morning, Cheryl.
Well, basically, I mean, just to kind of put it down in a nutshell, what they're accusing him of is that he has a conflict of interest in the Mueller probe. He may be called as a witness. We shall see. They also say that with regards to the FISA warrant for Carter Page, that was an overreach on his part. Again, this may or may not come up in Congress today. We're waiting to find out. But what do you make of these allegations against Rosenstein?
Yeah, well, it's also the document production. I think that is the primary purpose of this resolution. And in fact, there's a fundamental difference as to what the FBI has to give and what Congress thinks they deserve. Because the FBI is relying on the fact that there's an ongoing investigation and that there's privileged information. And this impeachment article resolution will not get that question answered. That's the unfortunate thing about this. This is going nowhere. When you try to impeach someone, you have to get a majority in the House, and then even if that happens, you have to get 2/3 vote in the Senate. There's no way that that's going to happen. I don't even know if they're going to get a majority in the House if this even goes to a vote.
Right, and that's the question mark this morning. If it goes, I don't want to get into the weeds of what happens in Congress, but if the resolution goes live, and if that happens, it's going to be about 10:30, then that would force a vote. But if nothing happens then, they're out for 6 weeks. So this is a moot point. But I will say Democrats, though, firing back, and I think their allegations are worth bringing up here. They say that this is a direct attack on the special counsel's investigation, that the only reason that Meadows and Jordan are bringing this up and even floating this idea of impeachment is because they're trying to protect their ally, President Trump. What do you say to that?
Disagree completely. That is just a left talking point. The fact of the matter is this is an ongoing dispute about these documents that Congress wants. You know, they have this oversight responsibility, and they're doing the right thing to try to get them. Like I said, there's a difference as to what can be provided. I think at some point a court is going to have to get involved here. A court is going to have to decide whether or not the FBI is right to protect ongoing investigations or Congress is right to make the request and try to get the documents for oversight reasons.
Well, the document story may not be over. And just so if our viewers aren't completely aware, this is the document request that's been made by them. It's been made over the last 9 months, and they've been very frustrated with the lack of transparency from the DOJ and from Rosenstein. It's the surveillance of Carter Page and all the movement that led up to that surveillance of him while he was with the Trump campaign. He was a Trump associate.
Right.
They were heavily redacted, though. But isn't that, I mean, the FBI is saying, look, this is the law. Rosenstein said this is the law. We have to protect our agents. We have to protect our practices within the FBI.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's not the law. You know, the courts have not decided this. It is internal guidelines and procedures of the FBI that they're relying on. That's why I'm saying that ultimately a court has to decide.
That's interesting that you say that. Really quick, it is so rare to see impeachment proceedings here. Do you think that this, to your point, we've only had maybe more than 60 times have we had an impeachment brought before Congress in the history of the Republic. Do you think that this is a dangerous road to hoe for Republicans, and maybe they do drop it today? We don't know.
Yeah, I do, because they are not unified on this point. I mean, Trey Gowdy, Paul Ryan recently have even come forward and said that DOJ is doing better. Right?
Yeah.
So without the entire Republican group, I find it hard to believe that 11 of them would make this move, especially coming into November. There are huge elections coming into November. We need to be unified here.
And the latest polling shows us Americans want Mueller to take his time, that there's no rush. David Bruno, thank you for chiming in on this topic today. We appreciate it.
Have a great day.
You too.